In this video, we will be showing you how to link your sales buttons to the screen. First, we will go down and select a window to link the sales buttons from. Then we will go down to button locations. And as you can see, I must be in different video mode to set my button locations. Although Flashpoint allows you to run in any video mode and the buttons will automatically adjust to that video mode, you must set a specific video mode that you will always be putting your sales items on. To do this, I will go OK, exit, shut down, yes. Flashpoint defaults to using 1024 by 768, but I want to change that default to be what my screen resolution is. The simple way to do that is by running the little utility that we include with the install. I'm going to press the Start button, go to All Programs, I'm going to go to Flashpoint version 16, and I'm going to select the Change Default Screen Size. Then I just click in Change Flashpoint Screen Resolution, say yes. And now, when I'm setting my button locations, I must always be in 1280 by 960 video mode. Just run Flashpoint again. Press OK to the prompt. Put in my ID, other functions, System, Menu Setup. Go back down to my window and go Button Locations. And you always need a mouse to set my button locations, so I'm just going to go yes. As you can see, because I have not linked my buttons to the screen yet, they'll always show up in the bottom right hand corner. See, I can drag them manually to a certain location, or I can select a group of buttons by dragging around them and moving them all. Now I want to put these on the screen very quickly, so what I can do is drag the area to which I want my buttons to be in, right click on a button, and after I right click on a button I can set my button size, which these ones I want to be 80 by 40. Then I can go put to grid. Now the buttons will always go down and then to the right in the area that you selected. If I want them to be right across the screen, I just drag them up. Again, select my area, but this time only go to the bottom of my selections. Right click on a button and go put to grid again. Now because it's over a little too far, again I can select all the buttons and just move them over a little bit. Now if you remember, we put a comma in between the name. As you can see, by using that comma, it gets rid of the comma and puts it on two lines. If I want to change just one button, I can right click on it, I can change my size, I can change my font, I can use a bigger font or an italic font, go finished. I can change my text color, change it to yellow, and I can change my button from color and to color for my gradient. If I say my button from color is let's say red, and my button to color is black. If I go out, as you can see, my text is now yellow, it's a bigger font, and it goes from red to black. If I want to set all my buttons to be the same as this, I can right click on that button and say use current settings for button defaults. Go finished. Then again I can drag around all my buttons, right click on one and say set to button defaults. The other options I can do in here is I can change my gradient to a vertical, horizontal, vertically centered, which means the lightest part's in the middle, or the darkest part, sorry, horizontally centered, or circled gradient. I can also put an image on a button by going Change Image, and I can grow it to the largest of the group of buttons that I've selected or the smallest button for the group of buttons I selected. Also, when I'm using my grid to put the buttons to, I can change the amount of padding between each button by entering it under the vertical and horizontal padding. Hide button name allows you to hide the button name when the system runs Flashpoint during order entry. Hide button allows you to hide the entire button during order entry. By hiding them, you can put an image on the background of the screen and put hidden buttons on the image so that when you select part of the picture, it brings up certain items. We will be showing you this later when we set up our dessert screen. I can also change the type of button it is. I can have a rectangle, round rectangle, which is more of a round button, or a speed button, which is used for slower machines, and it gives you one solid color for the button. I can also align my group of buttons to the left of all the buttons, the top, the right, the bottom. I am done here, so I'll go Finished. And when I'm done setting up my buttons, I just right click on the screen and go Finished. We will now show you how to set up that dessert screen. Once I select my dessert screen, I will go Button Locations. Yes, I have a mouse. Right click in the middle of the screen and go Set Image. I have already made the picture and put it in the TrimPOS Flash Bin SysImage folder, so I just have to select it. Once it's selected, I can go Finished. Oops, go back to Button Locations. And I can move my button so that's over top of the right screen. Put my apple explosion over that. Chocolate banana. And just drag on the corner box and make it about the size of the button. Death by chocolate. Alright, about to there. Ice cream sundae. And my last one. Snow White brownie can go here. Strawberry cheesecake. Now, as you can see, some of the items are on two different parts of the screen. I will show you how to set these up when I do the call buttons. When I'm done putting my buttons, I can right click and go Finished. Now, although you can see the buttons and menu set up, during order entry the employee will not see the buttons, will only see the picture. Then when they click on the picture, they're actually clicking on the button that's behind it. This concludes putting your buttons on the screen.